Welcome to Kidney Talkies. I'm Deepthi Behel and I am the host of the Kidney Talkies. I'm a kidney transplant patient myself and I'll be sharing a lot of kidney patients, care providers, and doctors' journey in navigating the kidney failure. Today we have a new guest, Troy Sneed, with us. Troy, welcome to the Kidney Talkies. Could you please tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your association with the kidney disease?
Thanks, Deepti. I appreciate you having me on. Well, my name is Troy Sneed. I'm a 25 plus year dialysis warrior. I've had two kidney transplants, and I'm currently waiting on a third. I'm currently on dialysis. Right now, I use that time to empower and help other kidney patients with my knowledge and experience. I have a group on Facebook called Dialysis Disciples, where we empower kidney patients through the Word of God. And I also am founder of the Dialysis Reset Coaching Program, where I take kidney warriors who want to level up their dialysis journey. You know, we can't take you from a dialysis. Nobody wants to do it. But if you have to do it, why not use it and make this season something that's going to elevate you in your life? So, that's how I'm connected to the kidney journey, and that's how I'm helping others.
Thank you so much, Troy, for sharing your journey with us. And could you tell a little bit about the time when you were diagnosed with the kidney disease and what was happening in your life at that time?
Yeah, so out of the high school, I joined the Marine Corps, and once I got to boot camp, I did all my training and stuff like that. And then when I got to where I was stationed, for some reason, the Marine Corps and the military are obsessed with pulling wisdom teeth. I don't know. So when I went to dental to get my wisdom teeth pulled, they said, Private Sneed, we can't pull your wisdom teeth. Your blood pressure is way too high. Go over to medical and see why your blood pressure is so high. So I'm like 19 years old. I go to medical, they run some tests. Lo and behold, I have what's called FSGS, focal glomerular focal segmental glomeruloscleritis, which is my kidney disease, FSGS. So I was discharged from the Marine Corps and I went home. But here's the thing, I went back to my same poor association. So I didn't do the things that were necessary um, with kidney disease. I was a Marine, I was young, I was invincible, right? So I didn't really think that this kidney disease would affect me. I didn't have any pain, right? I had no symptoms. I was just a young guy free from military responsibility. So I started living my life accordingly.
Oh, wow. What were some of the earlier signs or symptoms that you had not noticed, or something you wish you had known earlier in the journey?
Yeah, so it's interesting because when I was in the Marine Corps and looking back on it, I'm like, man, it had to be God's grace because I'm doing all the things in the Marine Corps. I'm running miles, I'm carrying big, hairy, heavy backpacks and shooting guns and hiking long distances. And when I was doing that, I felt so tired. And I'm like, everybody else is doing this so easily. Like we're all in shape, but why am I struggling to do all this stuff that everybody else seems to be doing so easy? So at the time I had no idea why, but looking back on it, it's because I didn't have really good kidney function. So, looking back, those are the things and symptoms that I had, but I just didn't have it. So I just didn't notice no I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I seemed to be struggling more than everybody else was. And it turns out because I didn't have the kidney function that I needed. So that's a great question.
And what is the most difficult part of living with a kidney disease? What are the physical challenges involved, as well as emotional or mental health challenges, and any kind of a family related or financial challenges as a patient you want to share with our audience?
That's a great question. I believe the biggest thing, and when you first get diagnosed with kidney disease and you start dialysis or whatever, um, the doctors and techs, they talk to you about more of the physical aspect of the disease. There's no one to teach you about the emotional, like you said, the financial. and all the other underlying challenges of having kidney disease. Um, but early in my journey, my biggest issue at the time I wasn't aware of is identity, right? Like, who am I? Like, I thought that I was just a dialysis patient. Like, my life was over. I'm a dialysis patient. It is what it is. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to die, right? But that's not the case. What I teach my people is you may be on dialysis, but you are not a dialysis patient. You are a child of God happens to be on this dialysis journey, right? So for me, the biggest thing to overcome was the identity challenge, the challenge of thinking that I'm a weaker or lesser person because I'm on dialysis and because I have kidney disease, right? But what I learned, and what I learned through a lot of prayer and fasting, right? And connecting with God is that I'm still deeply loved by him, and I'm still his child, and I still have a purpose and a reason to be here on this earth. And that reason is to help dialysis patients. In the background, you see a book. It's a book that I wrote. It's called A Gifted Tome, The 40-Day Spiritual Fast for Dialysis Patients. So once I wrote the book, I actually did the fast myself. And upon completing the fast, God in the spirit reminded me or let me know that my purpose is to help dialysis patients. You're still here. You've been through all the things you've been through, multiple transplants, multiple cancers, parathyroidectomies, grafts in both legs and arms, kidney cancer, bladder cancer, all that stuff was to prep me to be able to help other people. So I believe the biggest challenge is the mental, emotional, spiritual challenge, more so than the physical. That was a great question, Deepti. Thanks for asking.
Thanks, Troy, and sharing about your book and dialysis disciples with our audience. I hope many of them can resonate and connect with you in future to learn more about the book as well as your program. How did kidney health impact your daily life, relationship, career, or education? And what is something that it had changed the most for you?
Well, it's funny when I tell people, when I just meet people and I tell them that I have kidney disease and I do dialysis 4 times a week for 3 hours, a lot of them say, "Man, you're strong. I could never do that." But then I say to them, the beauty of kidney disease is I never had to work a 9 to 5 job. And I say to them, I couldn't do that. So, God puts us all on our own personal journeys, right? So, I think of this journey I'm on as a blessing, right? And a lot of people don't understand that. But if it wasn't for this journey, I wouldn't have never known what God called me to do and called me to be, right? So, um, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Could you ask me the question again? Because I know there was a second part to it.
So, what had kidney disease changed the most for you?
Yeah. So another thing has changed and helped me realize is that, my wife Tanya, she's my caregiver. She's my wife. She's my best friend. And everything that we've gone through has only strengthened our marriage. So, like I said, we're all called to something, right? And I believe my wife, she's called because she has such a big heart. She has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met, right? So I believe that God put that in her so that she could have the heart to take care of me, right? So the thing that's changed is going through this has strengthened our marriage because now we have connection not only in love and in Christ, we have a connection in my health journey. So that's one of the biggest things that changed. I think it brought me a lot closer to my wife and I'm able to set an example of strength for my kids, right? So my kids can see, hey, if Pops is going through all this and maintaining, then the problems that we have, we can make it too. So, I believe like those are the biggest things that's changed in my life is just having a different perspective on life and having a gratitude for it all and having the right frame of mind on on dealing with it all and setting example for others.
This is great to know, Troy, and I'm really impressed by your story. I was on dialysis myself, but my journey was for just 8 months, and I was stuck to a machine 7 days a week, 10 hours each day. I can totally resonate with your struggle, but I cannot imagine myself in your situation with 25 years on dialysis. It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot, but again, we all have our own journeys. We all have our crosses to bear. Like, it's all about perspective. And that's why what I try my best to teach dialysis patients is how you frame things, how you look at things, how you see things, because your life is based on how you see things and how you frame things, right? Think about a picture frame, right? If I took a picture of Deepti, click, right, and I just slapped it on the wall, right? But then I took a picture of Deepti and I put a pretty frame around it, right? Now everything when people look at it, it's framed in Deepti's face is in the frame. So that's what we have to do with our lives. We have to put a frame around our life, and the frame is what you make it. You can wake up every day, oh man, I'm on dialysis. I hate this life, right? You can frame it like that, or you could frame it as like, okay, it's a blessing. I get to get this machine, cleans my blood. So now I can come out here and keep doing things to help others and serve God. So that's the frame I put around my life. So a lot of people say I'm sorry, but I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I want them to just look at the life I'm living, an example I'm giving, and so they can do the same thing with their lives.
This is impressive, Troy. I'm very blessed to have you on this podcast today and connecting with me in person. It's a great pleasure knowing you and your journey and your strength.
You too, Deepti. Like people are gonna know this see this podcast or see this video and not know, um, that we have a relationship outside of the podcast. And I want to say, I'm grateful that I met you too. You reached out to me, and we built a relationship based on our stories. And I'm honored to meet you as well, Deepti.
Thank you. Can you share a little bit more about the treatment, the dialysis, transplant, medication management, and what is something that surprised you most in the process of the treatment?
So my first kidney transplant, I'll say it right on air. I was young and dumb, and I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and that transplant failed. I didn't take the medications on time. I didn't take the medication sometime at all, right? Um, but it's key to this is something I learned about dialysis medication. I knew how important it was to take the medication, but something that surprised me is how important it is to take the medication at the right time. So if they want you to take and you have a transplant, they want you to take the medication at a certain time, and then 12 hours later at the exact same, close to exact same time as possible. That's something that surprised me because the medication has certain release timing in your body. So the biggest thing I learned was the importance of timing in the medication. Also, I'm sure you're very humble. You don't want to toot your own horn, but if you're listening to this, Deepti has an app that is incredible for people on transplant. It's called the MediMate. It tracks everything you need, blood pressure, everything you can name, meals, anything you can think of that'll help you in your transplant journey. This app will help you. It's called the MediMate. It's in the app store. And I know Deepti wants to focus on me on this in this conversation, but I think it's important that you know about that because that app is incredible. My second transplant, it failed because I had cancer. And when they did the surgery to repair my cancer, they gave me a medication that hurt my kidney, right? But all that being said is all that, I say all that to say, you know, I'm a God-fearing man. I believe that prayer is important. I believe the connection to him and spirituality is very important, right? And with that being said, I believe that tracking is important too. So we have your spiritual components, your emotional components, your physical components. They all come together in one big giant plan for our progress. So download Deepti's MediMeet.
Thank you, Joy, and this is so kind of you to talk about the application. Now, I think, this is a pretty personal question.
Sure.
What do you think had helped you get through all this tough moment you had gone through with the kidney disease, transplant, cancer, and 25 years on dialysis? Is it your friends, family, healthcare team, or is it your faith or personal mindset?
Great question. I have a tremendous, tremendous support system. Like I said, my wife, I believe she was given to me to be my personal caregiver from God the Father, right? But to answer your question, it's faith. Um, I believe that he's been walking with me, whether I knew it or not. I grew up in the church, right? But I strayed away. You know what I mean? I was a young man, with many vices, and I got I called away. I was far from God. But as far as I was from him, even when I was in the deepest of darkness, when I was selling drugs, when I was smoking and drinking and womanizing, believe it or not, when I went to bed at night, I said my prayers, right? So there was always a connection to him. He was always with me, right? But it took a supernatural occurrence. I won't go too deep in it because I'm not sure what your audience is with all of this. But let's just say I had a spiritual encounter, and God showed him, he revealed himself to me, and he let me know that you have to get up out of that darkness and live the life of purpose that I called you with. So through it all, I've always had my connection, my spiritual connection, um, and I believe that my faith in God has been the supreme anchor to my resilience, my perseverance.
Thank you so much, Joy. Since you're talking a lot about your wife, is she willing to say just hi to our audience for a minute?
Let's see, honey, come say hi. Come over here real quick. Peep in. This is my wife Tanya, my best friend, my caregiver, and the reason I'm still ticking.
Hi, Tanya. Nice meeting you. Thank you for coming. And this is yeah, I have some rapid fire questions for you, Troy, before jumping into the
Sure,
final question.
let's do
Uh,
it.
Describe Troy in one word.
Ooh, that's a good one. Um, Faithful.
What is the biggest misconception about kidney disease?
That your life is over and you have no future or no reason for living when you're on dialysis or you have kidney disease.
What is Troy's favorite food?
Well, I hope my doctors aren't watching and my care team isn't watching, but it's pizza.
You're not supposed to have pizza during dialysis. And my next question is that what is some habit you wish you had to improve your health?
Consistency, because it's like I'll level up and level up and level up, and then bam, I'll drop. I'll level up and level up, and bam, I'll drop. I want to just keep leveling up. So consistency in learning and consistency in improving.
Uh, n- who is one person who had inspired you?
My father is a Vietnam war hero. He has a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart. And as a 20-year-old, he was asked to go 5,000 miles away, fight and kill people, and then come home and raise a family. And he was able to do that. Um, so my father's my hero, and I love him, and I'm grateful for all the strength I have. Uh, he taught me.
What is something you are grateful for today?
Oh man, how long you got?
This is the last question for rapid fire.
I'm grateful for that breath. I'm
And
grateful for that breath I just took. I'm grateful for my heart just beat like 5 times since we've been talking. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful for dialysis that keeping me alive. I'm grateful for God the Father to have me write the book and show me my purpose is helping dialysis patients. I'm grateful for the Zoom technology. I'm grateful for the United States of America. I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, my grandkids. I'm grateful for this big old house I live in. I can go on and on and on, DT. Gratitude is the biggest thing I like to show in all my life.
and this is our signature last question. If someone is listening to this podcast today and has been diagnosed with kidney disease and feels scared or alone, what would you like to tell them?
Your life is not over. Your life is just beginning. I would honestly say get the book, The 40-Day Spiritual Fast for Dialysis Patients. Get the book, do the 40-day fast as it's outlined, and I guarantee after the 40 days, you'll know why God has called you on this dialysis journey. You have a purpose. Your life is not over. It's just beginning. Lean into this season and use it to help yourself and help others and show them that 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 you can survive through anything. So that's what I'm going to tell them.
Thank you so much, Troy, by sharing your story. You're helping raise awareness, inspire hope, and support others navigating through the kidney disease, dialysis, transplant, and caregiving. Your voice matters a lot. Thank you so much for being here today. And thanks, audience.
Thanks, Deepti. Thank DTS so much. Thanks for doing this podcast thing. You are clearly a benefit to the kidney community and the dialysis community. And I look forward to seeing how this podcast grows and helps people.
Thank you. You can stop recording now.
All right.